And you remember? This verse is about the different kinds of meditation. And it's not just any meditation, it's anxious meditation. Anxious means not in anxiety or fear, but anxious means with a lot of longing and a lot of loving feelings in the heart. That's called anxious, or like I can't wait until I will feel more. This is the anxious meditation that we are talking in this contents. And then it is about the different kinds of meditation that are here explained. It's Rupa Dhyan. Dhyan means the deep meditation, the fixed deep meditation about the form. And we had also the Guna Dhyan, that was last Tuesday's subject, how the qualities of Srimati Radhika are so sweet. And by Gurudev's grace, we could deeply dive into the feelings of the qualities of Srimati Radhika, how she is sweet, how she has restless eyes. And I found in Vilapkush Manjali one verse about the restless eyes, and they are called Lo Lakshi. So like this, we are always trying to meditate in our hearts, in our minds, and with our words, with all our activities, on the different kinds of dhyan. And now today we will hear about Lila Dhyan, remembering the Leelas, the different loving exchanges that are taking place in a planet that is always repeating, but never the same. Goloka Dham. So that is the speciality of the Goloka, or the spiritual transcendental realm, where Radha and Mohan are always meeting again, and they always think I meet this person for the first time. Lila Dhyan. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are methods and manuals on how to meditate on Sri Sri Radha Madhava's eightfold daily pastimes. And this is called Lila Dhyan. Remembering the pastimes, or as we call them, Lila means sports or games, or having beautiful exchanges of divine love. On the basis of Srimad Rupa Goswami Pad's descriptions, abridged, they are shorter, they are like condensed. There are methods and manuals on how to meditate on these pastimes. And there are like books that are explaining it, like Kavi Karnapura's book, Krishnanika Kaumudi. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has composed a scripture named Govinda Lilamrita, in which he elaborately described the eightfold daily pastimes of Sri Radha Mohan. After this, Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has elaborated on some brief parts of that other book in his scripture Shri Krishna Bhavanamrita, and thus increasing the treasury of meditations of Sri Radha Mohan's pastimes. So it's a treasure. All these meditations that have been written down, why are they treasures? Because they have been revealed to these elevated special souls who have purified their consciousness and their hearts so much, or who have come from that abode to this earthly planet to share on this and to invite us who are wanting to develop our, Jiva Abhisa. We have been speaking about this word the last 2 or 3 days in our Vrindavan class. the soul of the journey to go back to, the divine, eternal place of serving Radharani and Krishna. So these books are treasuries. They are treasures of eternity, of Ananda, and of Sevaras. And then there's another book mentioned. And I have this book here, Gurudev. I wanted to ask you about this book also. After this, there is the Srila Krishnadas Siddha Baba, resident of Govardhan, received the merciful order of Sri Radharani herself to compose the Gaura Govinda Ashtakalya Gutika, in which he promulgated the meditation on Gaura Lila along with the meditation of Sri Radha Mohan's pastimes. He also compiled a large anthology called Bhavana Sara Sangraha, in which the pastimes described would be relishable also through the words of the greatly realized souls. Good, if you know this book, can you have a look?
It's a very difficult language, so I not go through that.
Okay.
It's not easy written. Very complicated words are there. Not clear.
Okay, somebody gifted it to me and I wanted to show you because Baba was mentioning it here.
Yeah, good book. If you can read it, it's very good. Hindi or English?
English, it's only English. I think Hindi is not. Maybe Hindi is in India.
I see Hindi, it was very complicated.
I thought it was interesting because every verse he quoted was from one scripture. He put only the verses together from all the scriptures.
Then it's
so
good.
Leela, yes?
I think.
So our Leela Dhyan is Vilapkush Manjali Gurudev, right?
Yeah.
Jai. So, Leela Dhyan, this is the meditation on the different sports, the different activities during the day that Radha and Mohan are doing. And it automatically includes meditation on the forms, on the attributes, and on the services. And therefore, it is specially to be done by the practitioners of Raga Nuga Bhakti, or of course, Rupa Nuga Bhakti. Like, for example, if we want to go through it, shall we go through it, Gurudev, a little bit? We start with the morning Leela, Nishanta Leela. You please help me because you are all very mature devotees. And this is actually the time when Radha and Krishna are waking up. They are waking up in the Kunj and they're very sleepy. And they are trying to wake up and get up because it's very early in the morning, like around that time when we are having the Vrindavan class. Our Vrindavan class is also in Europe, it's about 3 or 4 o'clock. So that Nishanta Leela also starts from about 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And that is a very, very auspicious time for meditation. We also call it the Brahma Muhurta. At that time, Radha and Krishna are waking up and they hear the different animals. They are waking them up. They hear the parrots and they hear the birds and the cranes and the cuckoos. And they are very sleepy. They don't want to go to their different homes because they are hidingly meeting in that beautiful Kunj. So, at that time is a very good time for our meditation. And there are many songs also about that Nishanta Leela. Mangala Shri Guru Gaura Mangala Udaye. We all know these songs. We have maybe heard them. But if we go deep into the meanings of the songs, there's also so much to learn about the different leelas and the different times. And then comes after that comes the morning pastimes. It's called Prata Lila. So Radha and Krishna are then getting up and the manjaris do the services they need to do. They were, putting on nice perfume, nice makeup and putting on the clothes in the right way. Like this. And the parrots, they are speaking, and there's a monkey, Kakati, that is making a very, very special sound if they don't get up after many trying to wake them up. And the monkey, I think it does make a sound like Kika. Kika! Very heavy sound. And that sounds like Kutila. Because she is the mother-in-law and she will be super angry if Radharani is not home in time. So like this, there are so special leelas and so special sweet moments where all the emotions of Radha and Krishna are described or also can be meditated on in our meditation, in our Japamala meditation. So then they are also going in the mornings, they meet again when Radharani is cooking. And of course the manjaris are first preparing her at home. They are now in their own different homes. And Srimati Radhika is in Yavat. And Mohan is in Nandagaon. So they are again in separation mood. So now they think how to meet again. And when is the next time when they meet? Dayanidhi. When is the next time they meet? You know?
Radhe Radhe, Suniti ji.
Radhe.
After morning.
Yes, exactly.
After that is in the house in the Nandagram, right?
Yes, exactly. First, the manjaris and all the friends, they make Srimati Radhika, they give her bath, they dress her nicely, and then they are walking actually from Javat to Nandagaon. There's a nice also path in Vrindavan where one can do pilgrimage. And in the middle of that pilgrimage path, you will see there is a meditation, a bhajan kutir place of Rupa Goswami. It's called Ter Kadamba. So that is the beauty of Vrindavan also, to know, that our Goswamis, our great, heroes, our manjaris, our super manjaris, they have done their meditations there, and they have, gone into deep Leela Dhyan. And that is exactly in the middle between Yavat and Nandagaon. So, and when Srimati Radhika is going there, we have in Vilap Kushmanjali these beautiful verses where they are talking to Swamini. Oh, Swamini, Srimati Radhika gets a little bit churned up in her emotions to meet her Mohan, her beloved. And Tulsi Manjari and Rupa Manjari are going behind her as to hold her waist that she will not fall, because she is still very tired. And she is also at the same time very excited that she will meet him again. And also at the same time she is shy because she has to meet all the superiors. She is full of different bhavs. And she says, oh, my dear friends, don't walk so quickly. I have to. Please slow down. There are so many pebbles on the road, because it's a road with the sand, but also some stones. And then Lalita, she will say to Srimati Radhika, oh, my dear friend, I think these stones, these pebbles are in your heart and in your mind and not on the road. So like this, they are, preparing each other with the funny jokes and with a very jolly mood to go to Nandagaon to cook there for Krishna. And there Radharani meets Yashoda, and we have different verses in Vilap Kushmanjali that explain also how much Srimati Radhika loves Yashoda Maya, and how much Yashoda loves Srimati Radhika. And also because when she sees Krishna, then she has, of course, the feelings for him. But when she sees Mother Yashoda, she has so many feelings for Mother Yashoda. And she is nourishing both. Our Swamini is nourishing Mohan as her beloved. And also Mother Yashoda, she is so much nourished by the love of Srimati Radhika. Because Srimati Radhika will nourish all Brijvasis with the love that they share in the different bhavas. And I have heard, Gurudev, you speak about it. It's very heartbreaking also, how Mother Yashoda is meeting Srimati Radhika, and how everyone in Nandagaon is waiting for the group of Srimati Radhika and her friends to arrive to cook for the whole. Actually, they don't only cook for Krishna, but they are cooking for everyone. But of course, especially, with the feelings for Mohan. And that is always a very nice morning meditation also, if you want like that, to meditate about Srimati Radhika going to Nandagaon. And then there comes another pastime. It is between 8 and 10 or 11 o'clock when they go to Radhakund. They come back from the cooking and then they go to the forest. Krishna goes to the forest with the cowboys, and he sees everywhere Srimati Radhika, and Srimati Radhika is seeing Krishna everywhere, and they are preparing to meet again at Radhakund. So, I don't know, you want to go through this, or should I continue with Prema Bhakti Candrika? What do you like? Share something, please. What do you think, Gurudev? Should we
What you like?
Continue? Huh?
Your class,
It's all nectar. For me, it's
all is nectar.
Yes, you're right. I feel the same. It's all nectar. Okay, we should not stop here. Why not? Because now Radhakund time is coming. And that is a very special time. So, when they meet at Radhakund again, that is a special time. Because they're these longest periods of the day where they meet again. It's between 11 o'clock and about 3:30, 40. And don't forget, this is all eternal time. It's never like, minutes or seconds. It's eternity. But even in the eternal time, there is some, a repetition of the daily activities. And so at noontime, Radha and Mohan, who have been separated after the breakfast when Krishna went cowherding with his friends, and Srimati Radhika went back home with her girlfriends. And so they meet at that special place, which is called Radha Kunda. So in Radha Kunda, it is the place of Srimati Radhika's highest prema. Because that Radha Kunda is actually the waters of her emotions. And what are her emotions? Her emotions are just there to please Mohan, to always give him the highest emotions that he doesn't even know, that he is even eager for. So that's why every day when they meet there at Radhakund, they have one of the best meetings. Why? Because the Radhakund has a magical protection to it. At that time, there will be no mother-in-law, no sister-in-law. The cowherd boys are going with the cows, and there's nothing that could disturb them. So at the time the water play are happening, they are going in the waters of Radhakund, and we could also say that means that they are playing in the waters of Prema, of rasa, of that highest feelings that they want to exchange. So the Radhakund is also called Rasa Sar. It means it is the container of all of Srimati Radhika's feelings that she wants to share with Mohan. So that's why also when we go there in Vrindavan to make a pilgrimage, the waters of Radhakund, you can see they are flowing through a sangam, through a middle part, into the waters of the Shyamakund. So that meaning is very, very popular, that we know that Srimati Radhika's feelings, which are so deep and so unlimitedly pleasing her beloved, are constantly flowing towards him. And he is the one that receives all that nectar. And so they meet and they have these beautiful water games, and they are splashing each other. They are playing, sometimes they play chess there, and sometimes they play hide and seek, and they do many, many beautiful games. But also we know that the Manjaris, after they have made their sports in the water, they prepare a special kunj, a special meeting place, where they also meet, and they will be in the highest Ananda there. Because when Radha and Krishna meet, this will be Ananda, this will be the highest happiness and bliss that will be emanating, in the service to them, and also by just hearing about it, this Ananda is happening. That's why it is so auspicious to meditate how they are meeting there, what kind of exchange they have. And if you want to listen about this more, we have some classes on Vilapa Kushmanjali. It's especially in the verses about 75, 77, where they are meeting at Radhakund, and what kind of leelas are happening there, what kind of exchanges are happening there, and how to feel my or our bhav there, to develop this bhava nishta, to develop the deepest foundation of our service and our feelings that we are developing at that time. That's why it's so important to also engage in this lila dhyan. And they are stealing the flute. There's so many jokes there, and so much laughter, and so much happiness. And they are picking flowers, and they're making flower garlands there. They're doing many, many beautiful things that are unlimited in variety, and that are also unlimited in emotions. And we just had a nice conversation, Harinam Prasad and me. The goal in Bhakti is to develop these emotions, and also for us, not only any emotions, but those emotions that are fixed on the service of Srimati Radhika. If we are fixed in the emotions that are serving Srimati Radhika, and learning this from our Gurudev and from our Vaishnavas, who are very rasika and completely immersed in their daily activities in these emotions, then we can also become servants, and we can also develop the service of Ananda. That is the service of always assisting our Swamini when she is going to meet her beloved, or how to help her to meet her beloved, and how to help her and both of them when they are together. When they are in Ananda, and they are in Ananga Ananda. Ananga means also they are meeting. And we have different mantras that are very good to meditate on. And while meditating these mantras, these leelas or these special daily activities may also come into our consciousness to help us connect with them. And this can happen even when we have not so much experience on Lila Dhyan. But hearing about it, that's why hearing or Shravan is one of the first activities of our daily practice. We are listening to the Zooms, we are listening in our phones to classes from Gurudev, and like that, and different Vaishnavas, and like that we develop a consciousness that will be able to absorb the higher feelings and develop these feelings and live in these feelings. And then also living in the Mahamantra. Because the Mahamantra is all, it's these leelas. The Mahamantra is not different from all these leelas and all these remembrances of the leelas and going deep into the feelings. But whereas I am speaking about it now, that's very one limited, and it's limited. It's just speaking about it. But sometimes when we have the classes on Vilap Kushmanjali, when Radha and Krishna are meeting, or how the water games are taking place, what are the waters? What are the different feelings? Why Srimati Radhika is splashing Mohan only a little bit? And then Mohan is splashing her so much. Because there's a reason. Because Kundalata has said before that who wins the water games, they will give a kiss. They will get a kiss. No, they will have to give a kiss, right, Gurudev? So Srimati Radhika knows that, oh, this game is better for Mohan to win. And like this, all these special happenings, all these special meetings, they have so many deep feelings. And I have realized that only when the Vaishnavas come together, especially Rasika Vaishnavas, when they share on this, then also my heart, my dry heart, can develop some feelings. Because when more devotees are exchanging their feelings, then these leelas become alive. They start to flow in the heart. Dayanidhi, can you show us with the camera this picture of Radha Kund Leela? It's there hanging on above Gurudev's bed for those who haven't seen it. You see, there is this beautiful, beautiful meditation picture when they are in the waters, and we see outside on the left side is the manjaris. They are outside of the waters because they are sitting there to prepare the dresses, and they are sitting there to, this is nice, you put this. Because the manjari service is different from the Sakhi service. I remember this. We were talking about this again and again, that the Sakhis, they are playing with Radha and Krishna in the water because they are also assistants of Srimati Radhika. And they also have some interest to sport with Krishna. But the manjaris, they are outside. They are just like ready to serve. They are preparing many things in advance. Actually, they have very beautiful clothes. They are ready. Now we can see. You see? There is this beautiful picture of Radha Kund. And this is our golden Swamini splashing Mohan very slightly on the chest and not into the eyes, which has a deeper meaning. And Mohan later on, he is splashing very hard and he is splashing in the eyes so that he will be the winner. And like this, they are doing many, many beautiful things in their different daily meetings. And all of these leelas, they are so full of emotions that are going deeper and deeper and deeper. When we are sharing this with Gurudev, with the Vaishnavas, and we are listening it again and again, there will be new feelings. And many descriptions about that, and many things to discover and learn how to develop the feelings of a dasi, of a servant of Srimati Radhika. How to, visualize, to do our inner meditation, what the manjaris are doing there, how they are preparing the clothes, how they are dressing Swamini even before that, because she has a very thin dress. It must be a water dress where she looks very beautiful once it gets wet, so that Mohan can enjoy all her beautiful features. All these services are important. And this morning, Gurudev, you said so sweetly in the Vrindavan class that Gurudev also wants to have his disciples there. He doesn't want to serve Srimati Radhika alone. He can do it, but there are many, many different services. And Guru Manjari is waiting also for his or her disciples to come and help with different services. Because when we serve together, it will be even more blissful. And it's a very, very nice meditation. How to serve together with Guru Manjari. We want to serve and to love for eternity. That is our mood, our feeling, our goal. We always want to serve Ananda. Krishna is rasa, Srimati Radhika is bhava. Krishna is full of different tastes of flavors to accept devotion that he has and that he is also receiving from the devotees. And he is receiving especially so much rasa, sar, from the essence of all emotions. That's our Srimati Radhika. And how to serve them in that exchange, that is the meditation of the manjaris, of the dasis, of those souls who have the good fortune that Lord Chaitanya came to give this, to distribute this freely, this Unnata Ujjvala Ras, this unexpected highest level of rasa, of feelings, of exchanging love and assisting the exchange of love of Radha Mohan by the mercy of our Gurudev and our Guru Parampara. And how to fix our feelings in that. That is called Bhava Nishta. That is a special art, a special blessing, and that is a special meditation. There are so many details and so many fine-tunings in all the different aspects of our bhakti and how we evolve and how we progress in that bhakti. And we also heard that in all three levels of bhakti, may it be sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti or prema bhakti, we always have already some prema particle in our hearts that make it possible to evolve and go higher levels. And that is by the mercy of our Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas, and especially, of course, our Swamini, of Gauranga, of Nityananda. We need the mercy of all so we can progress nicely and develop the taste to go deeply into these meditations. I am also not so deep. I must admit I am just a beginner. But I love to speak and repeat what our Guru Vaga have said about this. And I know this will purify my heart and my ears so that there's some purity may come in my heart, that it will be a fixed meditation one day. So that was about Leela Dhyan, remembering the Leelas. And then comes Seva Dhyan. Would you like to add anything, Gurudev? Did I forget anything?
No, very nice. Beautiful.
So Seva Dhyan, that is the meaning of the meditation, how I can do seva. I, in this material or let's say human body, how can I do service to Shri Radha Mohan? And as we have known, as we have heard many times, Radha and Krishna are supreme and transcendental personalities, and it's not possible, really, it's not possible to serve them with a material consciousness or material sense consciousness, let's say like that. I'm using these senses, I'm using all my, human existence to live here. And I do services like, picking flowers and giving prasad and cooking and many things I do. I'm singing. But actually the goal of this, we heard this also this morning, is to do this with our spiritual senses and to develop spiritual senses. And how to do that is called Seva Dhyan, meditating on the service with my internally perceived spiritual body and spiritual personality that is there also in all of us, and that is revived by the mercy of Gurudev. It's shown to us, but at the same time it also becomes like, prominent in our beings. Because all of us, we have a spiritual, existence, and how to develop it and how to revive and become conscious of this, it's called by Seva Dhyan. And that Baba says it is also called Manasa Seva, or mental service. In the Gaudiya Sampradaya, it is the rule to render mental service to Shri Radha Madhava and their girlfriends within the Yoga Pit. What is the Yoga Pit? This will be explained now. There are two kinds of Leelas. They are called Svarasiki and Mantramai. The Svarasiki version is like a stream, and the Mantramai resembles a lake.
Also mention about Yoga Pit. Why you
Yes. Yes, Gurudev.
All details though. No need.
Only by your mercy, Gurudev.
No.
I don't know so much.
Everything what is in line. That
Yes,
will be
Gurudev, of course. When we get initiated by Shri Guru, he will introduce us. He will not only connect us with the service to Srimati Radhika, but also he will explain to us what is the place where they meet. Wherever they meet, that place is called Yoga Pit. As we know, yoga means connection, where they are meeting. Yoga means how to combine. And Pit means meeting place or place. So where they meet, in that Yoga Pit, there are different things going on. And then also in the Yoga Pit meditation, we have different personalities who are serving there. And in our sheets that we get these sheets with the second initiation, or called Diksha, mantras. When we get the second initiation from Shri Guru, by his causeless mercy, then we get the Yoga Pit meditation, which is like printed on a sheet. But actually you cannot print a lila. So Yoga Pit meditation can be manifold. What we get is like a general layout, how Radha and Krishna are together in the middle. And then we have the different Sakhis who are also serving them and serving the Leela, serving the meeting and the different moods or bhavs. And then we have the different manjaris. It's like a picture of how to do service, or how is service established in the Yoga Pit or in the meeting place. When I was first coming to Vrindavan, I was very confused, because we would go on pilgrimages and they always say, this is Yoga Pit. And then I thought, oh, finally I meet Yoga Pit. And then we come to the next place and they said, oh, this is also Yoga Pit. So Yoga Pit actually doesn't mean only one place. Yoga Pit means the meeting place of Radha and Krishna. And there are 3 different kinds of Yoga Pits in general, I would say. Please help me, Gurudev. You have to help me, because I really don't know anything.
what is written, read that. Then I can explain.
Yes, Gurudev.
If you say, then I will not understand.
Okay, Gurudev. The lake is situated within the stream and has no independence. This is about the Svarasik and the Mantramayi. The Astakalya Leela is Svarasika. And the Yoga Pit Milan Leela is Mantramayi. This Mantramayi Yoga Pit Milan Leela means that Sri Yugala is served with mentally conceived paraphernalia in full identification with one's Siddha Swarup. In his commentary on Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srimad Jiva Goswami Pad has revealed the glories of Manasa Seva by quoting a story from Brahma Vaivata Purana. In Pratishthanapura, there was a poor Brahmana who had a strong desire to render ritual devotional service, but who was unable to do so because he was too poor to buy the required paraphernalia. One day he sat in an assembly of Vaishnavas, where he heard during a lecture about Bhagavad Dharma, and that even if one serves Sri Hari only mentally, with mentally conceived paraphernalia, he will be pleased. Hearing this, he became determined to render mental devotional service. One day, he went to bathe in the Godavari river and completed his daily rituals when he sat down in a lonely place, established a mental deity of Sri Hari, and began to serve it with mentally conceived ingredients. Thus, he attained paramount bliss. In this way, he would always serve new mentally conceived things every day. One day, he cooked excellent sweet rice within his mind and placed it on a golden tray to cool off, fanning the preparation with a palm leaf. After a while, the Brahmana stuck his mental finger into the preparation to feel whether it had cooled off or not. And his physical finger got burned by the heat of the mental cooked sweet rice. When he felt that his finger was burned and his feeling broke his samadhi, then he saw that his physical finger was also burned and was giving him pain. But this did not make him unhappy at all. Rather, he began to lament that the Lord's offering was spoiled, and he had been unable to complete his devotional service. So this is one example about how to meditate in the mind, or seva dhyan. That was a quote from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So this is the mental service, Gurudev, that is explained here by Anantadas Babaji. And he does not explain further about Yoga Pit or anything. He just mentioned it. And he says, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, it is the rule to render mental service to Sri Radha Mohan and their girlfriends within the Yoga Pit. Can you enlighten us on the Yoga Pit meditation, Gurudev?
Go on, what is there? Meditate that.
Okay,
Yoga
good.
Pit is there where your Ishtadev is sitting.
Yes. Thank you.
That is Mantramay Seva. Mantramay Seva, where by mantra you believe that your Ishtadev is there, that is your Yoga Pit.
So the Yoga Pit of this Brahman was when he was trying to cook and then he was trying to offer it.
It's a Mansik Seva.
Yes.
The Mansik Seva of him. We have physically service is also one way, but he is little different. He has nothing to do, so he do Mansi Seva. In his mind he is serving. That is one bhav of the Seva is also there. In my Sarupavesh, all this Mahajan, they are doing Mansi Seva, like Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami, all are Mansi Seva. These songs are coming, is also Mansik Seva. From mind is coming. Yeah. So, what is
Yes,
coming
Gurudev.
from the feelings in the heart, that is Mansi Seva. Mind is fixed in the service.
So the whole Vilap Kushmandali is actually Manasik Seva of Raghunath Das Goswami, right?
Right?
Jai Ho. So Srila Thakur Mahashai says, Swapne o na bolo an. What to speak of wakefulness, even in dreams, you should not discuss any other topic than that of Sri Hari. For one who wishes to meditate on Sri Radha Krishna's pastimes with a concentrated mind, one should give up all connections with other topics and be devoid of any other desire but Prema. Prema vina an nahi chau. The practitioner who desires Prema must give up all other desires but for Prema. That is the one-pointedness that we always hear about. How to become one-pointed, how to focus my mind, my consciousness. So devotion means service, and therefore the practicing devotee must desire nothing else but the service of his beloved deity.
Right.
Without Prema, no kind of devotional service can make the beloved deity happy. So therefore the yearning for prema awakens within the heart of the pure devotee. So we hear here, that is a very interesting point. I want to also ask Gurudev when he comes back. We can try to do any kind of meditation. That will be very good to try to meditate. But like here he says, without prema, no kind of devotional service can make the beloved deity happy. And therefore we need prema, some devotional love that will come into my heart. Because otherwise Radha and Mohan will be not attracted. They are not attracted by any kind of mechanical effort, but only the prema, that divine love. If something is done with the divine love, then it can make them happy. So Gurudev, here it is said
right.
Yes, right? Oh, I didn't hear. Thank you. So the yearning for prema is the first thing. And it awakens within the heart of the pure devotee.
Yeah.
We need prema first, otherwise the service will not be so tasteful for Radha or for
But where
Mohan.
is my prema? My mind will go there.
Right. Ah. Yes.
If my prema is with Radha Mohan, then mind will go there. If prema is other place, then mind will go there.
Right.
You cannot go to two places at the same time.
Right, Gurudev. Love is always there, but where do I put my love? Where do I focus my love? Where do I put my energy, all my
That is
meditation?
my Anti Seva. where I'm serving. So I'm serving to material thing, spiritual thing. That is the mind. Thinking mind for that is the Mansi Seva.
Yes, very simple.
Same
Gurudev.
thing.
Not
Yeah.
true. It's not so complicated. The mother is always meditating about her baby. It's natural.
So naturally we are meditating, where is my love? Now we have to decide, my Istadev I want to love, or material thing I want to keep my mind there. And I have to decide myself what goal should be in my life.
Right.
Guru cannot help, but when I have no desire, no greed for that. Guru is only waiting when the disciple is interested with the greed for that. Then he helps. He navigates that. If my desire is not there, why do they will bother for me?
Yes, he doesn't want to disturb.
Gurudev also not want disturbance, and he don't want to disturb his disciple.
It's all volunteer, Gurudev. It's all from spontaneous heart feelings.
Yeah. Greed has to be there. Narayan Maharaj also saying, without greed, no one can help anyone.
Yes. He who desires prema is absorbed in practicing bhajan.
Greed. Desire means greed. Greed has many words. Desire.
Right. And those who desire prema are absorbed in practicing bhajan, which is the means and the cause of prema, and rejects all factors that stop him from attaining prema.
Yeah.
Then the blessed author proceeds by saying, Yuga lakishora prem yeno lakshubanahem arati piriti rasid yao. The prem of Yuga Lakishore is like gold molten 100,000 times. Meditate on the rasa of their deep attachment and love. So when we hear about the deep attachment and love of Radha and Krishna, then also my attachment and love will be deepened and will be awakened. And then some taste will come to always hear about it again and again. And Baba says, goldsmith places the gold into the fire in order to purify it and melt out all of its impurities. So our Sri Guru Varga and all our Vaishnavas, we always put ourselves into that molten gold of the Prem of Radha Mohan, and we are melting out all the impurities. In colloquial language, this is called Baan. The more the gold is placed in the fire, the more it becomes Baan. And with each Baan, the gold becomes more shimmering and pure. After the Baan has taken place 5 times, there's no more impurities left and it has become as pure as it can get. Therefore there is a saying, Laksha Baan Hema, golden or gold molten 100,000 times is used to show that it is peerless without comparison. The love of Sri Yugala Kishore or Radha Mohan is so pure and brilliant that nothing can compare to it. Just as gold is never molten 100,000 times over, similarly, nothing can compare to the love of Radha Mohan. Therefore, it is easily understood that the worship of the Yugala does not take place as long as there's any other desire but the desire for the Prem. Therefore, only meditate Shri Shri Radha Krishna about the embodiments of love with loving eagerness. Greed. The devotee's eagerness will unlock sufficient grace of the Lord. That is a nice point, that eagerness will unlock grace. Eagerness or greed will unlock the grace, will open the door for grace, for mercy. Strong eagerness for Sri Bhagavan is called Prema, and the culmination of eagerness is found in the practice of Rajaras, most of all Madhuraras. To increase this ocean of eagerness, Sri Radha Mohan have accepted an extramarital relationship. Therefore, meditation filled with deep hankering is the proper practice to attain love for the lotus feet of Sri Radha Mohan, who are themselves the embodiments of spiritual love flavors. Thus ends the purport of verse 79 of Sri Sri Prema Bhakti Candrika.